Recording now. Good evening and welcome to another vlog interview for Cornwall Women's Fund. I'm Tina Bessel, one of the founder members, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Emma Rowse. She is the CEO of Cornwall VSF, which is the Voluntary Sector Forum, and has been a member of the Cornwall Women's Fund for quite some number of years and supporter of Cornwall Women's Fund activities. Emma, give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so Cornwall Voluntary Sector Forum is a charity that's established to connect, support, and promote the voluntary community and social enterprise sector across Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. And so we're really here to support all charities across Cornwall. And that's where I came across Cornwall Women's Fund, because Anna Jay, one of the founders, was also on our board a number of years ago. My background in terms of kind of career has been a whole range of different things, including loads of public sector, private sector, council, NHS, and voluntary sector. But I guess the thread, so my kind of upbringing in my family was very much a thread around equality. And my mum was taking me on Reclaim the Night marches when I was still a babe in arms. That very kind of gender equality, fighting for equal rights and feminism has been a thread that's run through my entire life. I did my degree in feminism and gender studies, so that has been an absolute passion of mine. It's something that you can't, once you see, you can't unsee it. You kind of have to keep fighting for gender equality and, all the associated issues that sit around that, like violence against women and girls, and all of the areas where women are particularly disadvantaged, not just in this country but across the world.
Thank you so much. And my goodness me, you've just literally sent a light bulb in my head. I had forgotten that when I was at university, and again, I had a very supportive set of parents who were very much about doing the right thing and supporting your community. But my law degree dissertation was about feminism in the legal terms, because, of course, it was a very male-dominated profession. And I went into the military, which again, very male-dominated, and I've always been fighting the female cause. It's really interesting, isn't it, how our backgrounds shape us and who we become. And Cornwall Women's Fund, as you know, but others may not, was set up as a collective giving circle because we recognise that in Cornwall in particular, due to the diverse geography and because of the seasonal nature of incomes can be very low, particularly for women, and that women and young girls in particular can be disadvantaged by the digital divide and by education and a lack of opportunities for employment, which is why the charity was now set up to support groups that help women in those particular aspects. But why do you support Cornwall Women's Fund?
But I think fundamentally, because I believe in equality, and we also know just on a practical level that when it comes to charitable, philanthropic, and commercial business giving, actually, and investing in women-led organisations, women are at a disadvantage when it comes to investment and funding opportunity. So it felt really important to um, you know, make sure that you're supporting an organisation which is there to try and fill that gap. And it also means that you get the opportunity to shout about what women and girls are doing in Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. And there's some really exciting stuff there. I think some people are a bit want to say that we've got there, that, feminism has made the difference, that, we can do anything we want to be. And that's absolutely not the truth. Inequality is riven through all of our systems, as a society. And the Cornwall Women's Fund is plugging, a very small but important gap in making sure that the funding and investment is available to support organisations that are really platforming work with women and girls.
Thank you so much. You're absolutely right. And taking that sort of out of Cornwall then into an international level, and the reason that we're running these vlogs, the 2026 theme for International Women's Day this year is Give to Gain. And I just wondered what that means to you, because I always, when I first hear it, I think, oh, gift to gain. I'm not giving of my time or my charitable contributions in order to gain something back and giving it because it's the right thing to do. And I think it's more, what do we gain by giving is really where the theme comes from. How would you interpret it?
I mean, the gain for me has to be women's equality. That's why we do what we do, and Cornwall Women's Fund is obviously doing that through donations and giving and investment. But the International Women's Day theme is about gaining gender equality across the world, and I think it's important for us to sit here in uh, global north countries, if you like, where a lot has changed, but there are many, many millions of women across the world who don't have the same opportunities that we do in this country. So that the give to gain for me is all about how do we gain women's equality in whatever way we're giving, whether that's of our time, of our money, of our resources, of our campaigning and activism and volunteering. That has to be the gain, and the fight is not won. We have still got so much more to gain.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. And in terms of taking that forward into, if you've got a final message of how people can give to gain in Cornwall or beyond and wider, what would be the one thing that they could do that would really make a difference?
I think the most important thing that all of us can do is to speak up. We haven't all got money that we can give to people. We haven't all got time that we can give to organisations and charities and activism. But what we can do is we can speak out when we see inequality happening in front of our eyes. And that feels really important. And speaking as a woman who has done that for 49, well, maybe not quite 49 years because I couldn't speak at the beginning, but has always spoken out when I've seen inequality, not just out there in the world, but also in my own personal life. It's a
Mm,
really difficult thing to do. It's
mm,
quite tiring, actually, to constantly be seen as the one who's calling it out. I think it's really important that our male colleagues, friends, family, work colleagues really do support and speak out on issues of gender inequality as well, because gender inequality doesn't just affect women. It
yeah.
really materially affects men and boys as well. And we're seeing some of those impacts actually out there in our communities right now. So, we have to continue to tell the message that gender inequality isn't just about women, it's
Mm.
about gender equality for everybody. And I guess that would be my message. Don't just sit there in silence. Please speak up.
Oh, I really empathize completely with that. And we need male allies of whatever age to actually come side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and to actually have our voices heard. And that is what the collective nature of coming together and becoming much more powerful, or having a better chance of success and effect by coming together. And I really do think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head there. Emma, thank you so much for joining us tonight and for giving us your perspective on International Women's Day, the Give to Gain theme for 2026. Shall we end with the symbol that they have put together for 2026, which is us giving of our hearts, our spirits, our time, and our voices to achieve equality, as you quite rightly say.
Thank you, Tina. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was a lovely way to end it. Oh, spot on.